And so I apologize for the little technical glitch at the end of that last video. The numbers did end up checking out, and so I'll keep the video, but there was a little glitch on the phone there. Anyway, new example, this next one I'm going to throw in here has some decimals in it. It's kind of weird. Haven't seen much with decimals, but the addition method is kind of nice for taking care of decimals. In fact, you can use the principles of the addition method to eliminate the decimals right away. And so a quick way to do that is you identify the largest number of decimal places. Like in this number, there's 2 decimal places, 1, 1, and 2, and 1 over here, none up here. And so 2 is the most decimal places. And so to turn this 0.75 into a non-decimal, whole number, you can multiply by 100 to do that. You know, if you only had to move the decimal one place, like this one, you'd multiply by 10. But here you got to multiply by 100 to get the decimal to move twice. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to multiply this top equation by 100, and that will eliminate the decimal. So this will become 75x minus 50y. Now 2 times 100 is 200. Okay, so 0.75 times 100, you move the decimal twice, is 75. 0.5 times 100, that's like half of 100, is 50. And 2 times 100 is 200. Okay, I'll do the same thing on the bottom just to get rid of the decimals. Multiply by 100 again. 1.5 times 100 is 150. 0.75 times 100 is 75. And 7.5 times 100 is 750. Okay, so now I've created 2 equations. There's no more decimals. And I want to again try to get 2 of these coefficients to be opposites. I think the easiest one will be the 75 and the 150, because 150 is exactly double the 75, right? 75 times 2 is 150. And so I would take this top equation, multiply it by -2. I'll bring this down here. Multiply by a -2. So -2 times 75 is -150. -50 times -2 is +100. And 200 times -2 is -400. Okay. Now I'm just going to utilize the bottom 2 equations and add them together. Okay, so just these 2 right here and add them up. And when I do that, the x's will drop out, right? Positive 150 minus 150. The -75 plus 100 will give me 25 y, and 750 minus 400 would be 350. Okay, we then solve for y by dividing out the 25. And this one we're going to need a little long division, I think, will help out with this. 25 into 350 should go evenly. 25 goes into 35 once. The remainder 10, bring down the 0. 25 goes into 104 times, and that has a remainder of 0. So 14 is my answer. Y equals 14. Now that gives me the y value, but I still need the x. So I'm going to take that 14 back up to the original equations. Now multiplying by 0.75 to a 14, maybe that's not as easy as the 0.5. I'm going to go up to the first equation and plug that in. So my first equation becomes 0.75x minus 0.5 times that 14, I'll put it in a moment, equals 2. And then remember, the 14 goes in for the y. And then we can solve this. 0.75x minus, now 0.5 is half. Half of 14 is 7. So that's going to be a 7. I'm going to add the 7 to both sides here. 0.75x equals 2 and 7 makes 9. And if I divide by 0.75, now most of you guys are going to do this longhand, so I'll go ahead and do it that way. 0.75 into 9. Well, if I move this decimal twice, I got to move that decimal twice. So 75 into 900. Well, 75 goes into 90 once. 1 times 75 is 75. I subtract, that's 15. Bring down the 0. Decimal there. 75 goes into 150 twice. And 2 times 75 is 150. So it appears that 12 is the resulting value for x. Now again, we're not quite done, almost. We just need our ordered pair. Final answer is going to be 12, 14. Box that in. I won't go through and check this one, but you could check the 12 and 14, plug them in, and make sure that it all works out. Okay?